So I'm here with Lettie Prell, Research Director and QA Work Group Chair for the Statewide Recidivism Reduction Strategy. And just have a few questions for you, Lettie. The first one being your role as Research Director. How does that advance what we're doing with the SRR strategy?
The SRR strategy needs data so that it can gauge where we are now and where we're going and measure the improvements that we're making as we go in the system. We are sitting on a mountain of ICON data that line staff enter every day, and we owe it to them to make the best use of all of that data as possible by taking their data and feeding it back to them in a way that helps them understand where we're at and what improvements we need to make, and then gauge our progress with this initiative.
Good. And overall thoughts just on the strategy and what it is we're doing. How do you think it's going to impact the state of Iowa, but also the Department of Corrections?
We are embarked on a process where we're going to be making better use of taxpayer dollars. Our long-term strategy is long-term recidivism reduction, long-term public safety. The taxpayers expect that of us, I think. If I were outside the system looking in, I would want to feel safer when people come out of prison. Mm-hmm. I want to feel safe. So we are making the most use that we can, the most effective and efficient use of those taxpayer dollars so that we can be responsible stewards of that money.
Yeah, and so I would ask that you just talk just briefly about the movement that the department is making from quality assurance to quality improvement, because we know that's linked directly with our outcomes and then ultimately public safety.
Yes, that has been a nice shift in the QA committee, not just focusing on what staff might be in need of skill building or improvement as they do their jobs, but we're now taking a systems approach. We're moving to down the road together, from leadership to supervisors to line staff. We are improving as an organization, and that takes the attention away from individuals, whether I'm measuring up or not. And it's more of a group effort in making the improvements that we need to make.
Right. Then I guess the final question would be just to ask any final thoughts that you have on the work that's been done thus far, any highlights of what the QA group has done with this strategy.
It's still very early in the work of the initiative as a whole. But what we've done so far is a gap analysis of prison programs. We know now what programs we could use some more resources to achieve. We need to expand sex offender treatment. That was an eye-opener. We're getting behind on being able to serve everyone we would like to as early as we want to with sex offender treatment programming. We could use more cognitive-based programs. So what we found with our gap analysis are those areas that we could use resources to expand. And we're thinking that we'll be able to find those resources right within our current staffing, because we are also leading some programs that might not be as evidence-based as we'd like to. They don't have the recidivism reduction effect that we would like to see. So maybe it's time to discuss taking some of those programs and ending them, but then replacing them with programs that are more effective.
Yeah. Well, Lettie, we recognize how important the work is that you do, not only to the SRR strategy, but also to the state. And we really appreciate you taking the time, and thank you for the work that you do.